How did the situation make you feel? Were you shocked?
Well, of course I'm sad.
David Sokol, you discussed it at length at the shareholder meeting. You described David Sokol's actions pertaining to Lubrizol as driven by hubris. Can you explain that?
No, that's not exactly what I said. He asked me what contributed to it. Do you have any candidates? And I said hubris. But that's as far as I went.
Do you personally, Charlie, as someone who worked very closely with Dave Sokol, feel betrayed?
It's not my nature, when you get little surprises as a result of human nature, to spend much time feeling betrayed. I always want to just put my head down and adjust. So I don't allow myself to spend much time ever with any feelings of betrayal. So you're asking the wrong person, because if some flickering idea like that came to me, I'd get rid of it quickly. I don't like any feeling of being victimized. I think that's a counterproductive way to think as a human being. And I am not a victim. I'm a survivor.
You are, indeed.
Yeah.
How did the situation make you feel? Were you shocked?
Well, of course I'm sad. If you take the whole of human literature, some of the greatest plots are all the same. Great hero with great qualities has flaw. World brings huge pain to hero from flaw. This is the oldest story. This is the Greek tragedies. This is Shakespeare. This is just the way the world works. And so I'm not surprised that this story pops up in Berkshire Hathaway. It pops up everywhere in the world. It's an old story.
Dave Sokol said after he resigned from Berkshire, he didn't really see any difference in his ownership of shares of Lubrizol and your 3% ownership stake in BYD before Berkshire invested in it. Do you agree that they're on the same level?
Well, they're obviously quite different, but they are the same in that he has a lot of surplus money, I have a lot of surplus money, we have to invest it. And we each do it making our own decisions. So in that sense, they're the same. But of course, they're radically different.
What makes them radically different?
Well, when you buy something, you're trying to talk Berkshire into buying it. That's different.
So the timing. I mean, you bought into
BYD. It's the timing, of course.
Years before
it's
you brought
timing,
it
yes.
to Berkshire. Do you think that this controversy, if you will, tarnishes the reputation that Berkshire holds? And does it call into question at all corporate governance? I mean, you and Warren let your managers run their businesses. That's what you're famous for.
I think we have fewer scandals in relation to the size of business than practically anybody. We have this system where we try and select very trustworthy people and give them enormous trust. And as they practice that trust, they get more confirmed in being trustworthy. And eventually we've got this seamless web of trust, which is incredibly efficient and very useful. And by the way, this is not just my doctrine. This is a doctrine in economics that tries to explain why firms come into existence. And firms come into existence because a lot of people who trust one another operating within a firm are more efficient than they would be if they were a bunch of independent proprietors. And so Berkshire's way of operating comports with these economic ideas. And we try and operate Berkshire the way they operate an operating room in Mayo's, with a lot of trust and coordination and trust. And since it's worked so well and we only brush scandal, once every quarter century or so.
It's a pretty good record.
It's not that bad a record. And if I look at the companies we've gradually acquired, many of which are the best in the world in their field, why would I want to change the system that's created all this? And how much damage has really been done here? And to the extent that that we get a little reflected, what we call automatic associated discredit, because of this one episode. I'm quite philosophical about that, because I don't think you should complain about little vicissitudes. I would argue that if you average things out, Berkshire's had a better press over the decades than we deserve.
Really?
Yes.
Why than you deserve? Who would say that?
I'm saying it. And so if in a brief stretch, for a while we get a press which is a little worse than we deserve, I think we're averaging out fine. So I think we adjusted those situations the way Kipling suggested. You should adjust to misfortune and good fortune. He said, treat those two imposters just the same. So I don't think we have any complaints at all about a little associative discredit. Maybe we deserve it. And at any rate, if I don't like hubris, you get a little criticism. It probably at least has some tendency to diminish hubris. And I don't complain about it at all.